Hello and welcome to Outside Views, where we take a closer look at how political decisions shape the lives of millions, particularly in the context of Brexit and its aftermath. Today we're exploring a critical topic: the 5 EU schemes that reportedly sit on the UK's priority list in post-Brexit reset talks. Prime Minister Keir Starmer's government has signalled its intent to rebuild ties with the European Union after years of strained relations. This effort, often referred to as a reset, involves negotiation of closer cooperation in a range of areas, from trade to security to science and innovation. But it also includes potentially rejoining or striking bespoke deals around several key EU schemes. And these schemes are more than just symbolic. They represent practical ways in which the UK could benefit economically, culturally and strategically, while attempting to repair the fractures caused by Brexit. To understand their significance, we'll dive into the details of each scheme, examine the political and historical context behind them, and explore what this reset could mean for the future of UK-EU relations. So let's start with the first scheme, that's youth mobility. For decades, the Erasmus Plus program symbolized freedom and opportunity for young people across Europe, enabling students to study, train and gain work experience in other countries. The UK's decision to leave Erasmus Plus after Brexit was met with widespread criticism, especially from students, universities and cultural institutions. Erasmus Plus wasn't just a student exchange program. It fostered cross-cultural understanding and provided vital experiences for young people entering the workforce. Leaving the scheme was framed as a cost-saving measure, but critics argued it cut off opportunities for UK students while weakening ties with the rest of Europe. Now, the Labour government is reportedly considering rejoining Erasmus Plus or creating a similar youth mobility scheme with the EU. Negotiators have floated the idea of concessions such as extended residency permits for young people participating in the program. And this could be a win-win, offering young Brits the chance to study in Europe while inviting Europeans to the UK, rebuilding cultural and educational bridges. However, this isn't without challenges. The issue of immigration looms large over any such negotiations, with some arguing that youth mobility could reopen the debate on freedom of movement. Starmer will need to navigate these concerns carefully, balancing the benefits of rejoining Erasmus Plus with domestic political pressures. Next, we have Creative Europe, an EU program that supports the arts and cultural industries. Between 2014 and 2018, UK organisations received nearly £75 million from this fund, helping to finance everything from films to festivals to theatre productions. Since Brexit, the lack of equivalent funding has left many in the creative sector struggling to fill the gap. Scotland and Wales in particular have been vocal about their desire for the UK to rejoin Creative Europe. The arts aren't just a cultural asset, they are a significant economic driver, and reconnecting with the scheme could provide much needed support to a struggling sector. Rejoining Creative Europe would also send a powerful signal about Britain's openness and willingness to collaborate with Europe on cultural initiatives. But there's another possibility: striking a bespoke deal to reduce red tape and visa requirements for touring artists. The post-Brexit landscape has made it far more complicated for musicians, actors and other performers to tour in the EU, with visa costs and paperwork creating significant barriers. Simplifying these processes could help restore the vibrant exchange of culture that existed before Brexit. The third scheme on the list is Galileo, the EU's satellite navigation system. When the UK left the EU, it lost access to Galileo despite having contributed over £1.2 billion to its development. The system is a key component of Europe's security and technological infrastructure, rivaling America's GPS. And while the UK initially explored launching its own satellite project, the plans were ultimately deemed too expensive and impractical. Now there's renewed interest in rejoining Galileo. Science Secretary Peter Kyle has described this as part of a broader effort to rebuild relationships with the EU, focusing on areas of mutual benefit. Collaborating on Galileo would not only enhance Britain's scientific and technological capabilities, but also strengthen its defense ties with Europe, a crucial consideration in light of the war in Ukraine and other security challenges. And this brings us to the fourth scheme, data roaming. One of the less discussed but highly impactful changes brought about by Brexit is the reintroduction of roaming charges for UK travellers in the EU. Before Brexit, the EU's Roam Like Home policy ensured that EU citizens, including Britons, could use their mobile phones across member states without incurring additional charges. Since 2021, many UK travellers have faced steep roaming fees, creating frustration and additional costs for those visiting Europe. Rejoining the EU's free data roaming policy or negotiating a similar agreement could be a small but meaningful victory for Starmer's government. While it wouldn't solve the larger economic challenges of Brexit, it would address a tangible issue that affects millions of people. And this could also serve as a symbolic gesture of goodwill in broader negotiations. Finally, there's the security and defense cooperation, particularly in the context of satellite programs like IRIS-2. This €10 billion EU initiative aims to bolster Europe's connectivity and security, providing satellite coverage across the continent. While the UK isn't currently involved in IRIS-2, there's potential for collaboration, especially given Britain's interest in rejoining Galileo. As the geopolitical landscape shifts, with challenges ranging from Russia's aggression to global cyber threats, strengthening security ties with Europe is increasingly important. Partnering on satellite programs would not only enhance mutual defense capabilities, but also signal a commitment to shared goals and values. And these 5 schemes represent significant opportunities for the UK to rebuild its relationship with the EU. But they also highlight the complexities of the reset Starmer's government is pursuing. Rejoining or collaborating on these programs will require concessions, careful negotiation, and a willingness to address the political realities on both sides. For Britain, this is a chance to move beyond the antagonistic approach of the previous governments and embrace a more pragmatic cooperative stance. For the EU, it's an opportunity to re-engage with a key partner, albeit one outside the bloc. At the heart of this reset is a recognition that the UK and the EU are stronger together than apart. Whether it's fostering opportunities for young people, supporting the arts, advancing scientific innovation, or enhancing security, these schemes demonstrate the potential for meaningful collaboration. But they also remind us of what was lost with Brexit. The ease, the integration, and the shared sense of purpose that came with EU membership. As these negotiations unfold, they will shape not only the practicalities of UK-EU relations, but also the broader narrative of what Brexit means for Britain and its place in the world. So thank you for watching Outside Views again. And if you have thoughts on these potential agreements or the broader implications of Starmer's reset with the EU, let me know in the comments below the video. And as always, if you found this discussion insightful, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let's continue to question and explore the decisions shaping our world. Take care, and the next video is right here in the end screen.